So good morning, good afternoon, or evening to everybody, depending on where you are on the planet. I know we have people from around the globe that are joining us today. This is the next in a series of online events that I'm doing 7 days a week until April 30th to help businesses, all of us, come together and help us all do more business. My goal really is to bring the business community together. After April 30th, by the way, I'll be taking a very short break. And on May 5th, I'll be resuming these daily 30-minute events on a Monday through Friday basis, at least through May 15th. My ask of you is that when you get an email from me, share it with people you know. Share my social posts, like them, comment, share them, and like my social pages too. And during this session, please let me know the struggles that you're having with marketing. Go ahead and ask questions. In the chat box, let me know what city you are joining me from. Let me see that chat box light up. It lights up on my control panel here when someone's put something in the chat box. So let me know what city you are joining me from. And also in the Q&A box, let me know what kinds of questions you have. We've got a couple of folks who have found the chat box. That's great. If you're not sure where the chat and the Q&A boxes are, take a look on your screen. Look at the bottom of your screen, and if you don't see a black bar, move your mouse down to the bottom of the screen, and that will reveal the Q&A, the chat, and the raise hand functions. Now, this is a 20-minute version of a 3-hour workshop. So here's what I'm going to teach you in the next 20 minutes. It's how to get more out of LinkedIn. And by the way, if we are not yet connected on LinkedIn, send an invitation to me. It's go to LinkedIn and then type in my name, Ken Countess, and you'll see me pop up. I've got over 5,000 people following me there. You should be next. So let's go ahead and get started. We have a lot to cover. Let me give you some fast facts about LinkedIn. There are over 670 million people who are members of LinkedIn. And LinkedIn is drawing another 1 million new members every week. There are 2 million groups on LinkedIn. And I'll share with you why that's important in a few minutes. All 500 of the Fortune 500 companies are on LinkedIn, and there are 4 million business pages. That's really important to you and your business too. LinkedIn is a search engine. Just like Google, just like Bing, LinkedIn is a search engine. In fact, it's used so often that over 5 billion searches are done on LinkedIn every year. And you may or may not know this, but Microsoft owns LinkedIn. And what's important about that is that Microsoft is integrating a lot of LinkedIn features into other Microsoft products. So for instance, if you use Outlook, which is Microsoft's email product, you can also attach a LinkedIn connection widget to it, so you'll be able to see who in your contact list uses LinkedIn. Hey, my name is Ken Countess. I've got 40 years as a marketer, and I'm in my 20th year helping businesses of all sizes grow as an independent consultant. And prior to that, I spent over 20 years in corporate America as a senior marketing executive, helping those businesses grow too. The Countess Group celebrated its 19th birthday last week, so we're now in our 20th year, helping businesses like yours gain an unfair advantage over your competition. Over my 40 years as a marketer, I've helped businesses with targeted marketing, with lead generation, with helping them with marketing and communications during crises such as these, and more. But let's talk about LinkedIn. That's why you're here. LinkedIn is an incredibly powerful tool if you use it. And I'll say it in a few minutes again. LinkedIn is not a spectator sport. LinkedIn is a content engine. People find content that they can use to run their business, to look for jobs, to get more customers. It all happens on LinkedIn. It is one of the most popular networks for content marketing. But for you and me, LinkedIn is a way to connect with decision makers. So how do you do that? You've got to create a powerful profile. Now, I've got a LinkedIn cheat sheet that I created that you can get a copy of. I'll show you how to do that in a few minutes, so be sure you pay attention. Basically, your profile has to be the way that people find you when they do a search. So how do they do that? Well, you have to write your profile in story form. Gone are the days when you would use LinkedIn as an online resume and nothing else. There are other tools for your online resume now, things like Indeed.com and Glassdoor, for example. For LinkedIn, you want to have a profile that people can relate to. So write it in story form because it will help engage the reader. And the other thing about it is you want to keep it fresh. If you update it from time to time, you'll show up in people's news feeds, and that's an important thing to do. Now, I get requests from a lot of people to join their network, and when I go and look to see how many people they're connected to, it's a pretty small number oftentimes. Your goal when you're on LinkedIn is to grow your network to a minimum of 500 first-level connections. You create that following step by step. Start with people you know. Start inviting family, friends, relatives, and friends to join your network. And you may say, why would I invite them? Well, the reality is that they know people you don't know. And so as they connect to you, that will open up your ability to connect with other people who may be very relevant to helping you grow your business. Then invite your business contacts. Then invite those with whom you have worked. And then find those with whom you've already done business. And then find people who also work in your industry. They may or may not be competitors. It doesn't matter. Even if they are competitors, connect with them. Here's why. If you take a business like mine, I'm a marketing consultant. Maybe there are 300 marketing consultants in my local area. By the way, I live in the Orlando, Florida area. If you live in this area too, you might wish to find out where I'm doing live workshops when we start doing live workshops again. But I do these workshops online every day. The reason that I mention connecting to your competitors is everybody has a specialty. And as a marketing consultant, let's say there are 300 people in this area who are also marketing consultants. We all have different specialties. So while someone may have the same title you have, you may benefit from connecting with them because they can refer people to you who maybe do what you do, but a little bit differently. Take an insurance agent, for example. There are lots of people who walk around saying, I'm an insurance salesperson, but some may focus on health insurance. Some may focus on life insurance. Some may focus on Medicare insurance. So while they may all be insurance agents, they don't necessarily compete directly with one another. Another thing too, is you want to make connecting with you easy. This is a picture of my business card. And look at what I have circled at the bottom of the card. I put my LinkedIn URL there to make it easy for people to connect with me. It is truly all about connections. So, how big is your network? What's your goal? You can connect with lots of people using groups that maybe people who you would like to do business with are members of. Once you join those groups, like or comment on the posts of the people who are members. Send invitations to events. LinkedIn, by the way, just launched a LinkedIn events tool. So if you hold workshops or lunch and learns or something similar, you can now use LinkedIn events, just as you might use Eventbrite, just as you might use Facebook events, and so on. Also, get endorsements. Endorsements increase your visibility throughout your network, and it will encourage others to follow suit, and also enables you to recognize people in your network. And it's pretty simple to do. Let's say you connect with this individual, you can endorse him or her for the kinds of things that you know them to do excellent business with. Here's an example. LinkedIn will tell you who has endorsed you for various skills and also makes it very easy for you to say thank you to them. So endorsements can be very, very important. And when people do endorse you, it makes it very simple for you to respond and say thank you. Reciprocating is a great thing to do as well. And then recommendations. Make sure that if there's someone that you know has done a superb job, go ahead and recommend them. Recommendations carry far more weight than endorsements do. And they encourage others to specify why they recommended you. And those things will show up in a keyword search as well. Now, I've mentioned groups. I mentioned that LinkedIn has 2 million groups. LinkedIn groups really should be a key element of your LinkedIn business strategy. Why is that? It's because LinkedIn groups enable you to reach and engage potential customers. So it's pretty simple to join a LinkedIn group. All you need to do is type groups in the LinkedIn search bar at the top, and different kinds of groups will show up. Look for groups that are in your industry. And if you don't see a group for your industry, you can create one. Alumni groups are powerful sources of contacts too. Alumni groups may be companies that you used to work for, maybe universities or colleges that you attended, and so on. These are people who know you already, or at least that you have a common bond with. And so the odds are very high that they will connect with you. But just joining the groups isn't enough. I said before, LinkedIn is not a spectator sport. Join the conversation. Did you know that when you post in groups, your profile will show up 4 times more than it will if you don't participate in the groups? And then there's something called social selling. And by the way, this, as I mentioned, is a 20-minute version of a 3-hour session. I'll show you how you can get access to a longer version of this workshop in a few minutes. Social selling is the way to do business now on social media. And this applies to LinkedIn, it applies to Facebook, it applies to lots of social media channels. On LinkedIn, you can engage with people when they get a new job or position, when they work for a company that's in the news, when they add content to their page, when they join a group, or when they comment in a group. And then there's something called the Social Selling Index. What LinkedIn has created is a way for you to gauge at a glance how well your profile is doing compared to other people on LinkedIn. And it's called the SSI score. You might want to pull out your smartphone and take a picture of this slide, or you can certainly watch the replay of this webinar as well. But if you go to linkedin.com/sales/SSI, that will give you your social selling index score as of today. So how do you improve your SSI score? Well, you can create a professional brand through updating your profile. Do it often. Add rich content. Engage with people. Build strong relationships. There is a LinkedIn marketing strategy that you really ought to follow. And as you can see, there are several different categories, and it does take time to do a good job on LinkedIn. You can request your copy of that slide by sending an email to me at ken@thecountessgroup.com, or simply respond to one of the emails that I sent you inviting you to attend this session. So once again, you can get a copy of this complete LinkedIn marketing strategy by sending an email to me at ken@thecountessgroup.com. LinkedIn helps you find highly qualified leads. It helps you open new market segments for your business. It helps you become a trusted advisor. And people do business with people that they trust. So you can also become a thought leader. What is thought leadership? Why should you use it? Well, 74% of prospects choose a company that was the first to help them along a buyer's journey. And becoming a thought leader is probably easier than you might think. Search for topics of interest for your business customers and write about them. There are any number of ways that you can write. LinkedIn makes it easy to publish articles right on the LinkedIn site. This is a sample page of the publications I've put out there. And those are articles that may be as simple as a couple of hundred words to maybe 1,000 words or so. But publishing articles is easy, and then you get to view the likes and the views of your articles. There are more than 3 million members that contribute content to LinkedIn every week. And doing business with companies on LinkedIn is pretty simple too. How do you do it? Well, you identify companies with whom you can do business by initiating a company search. And the way you do that, very similar to the way you do it with groups, is you just type in companies up on the search bar, and then the companies that you'd like to interface with will show up for you. Here's a list of companies that showed up with just a simple search. And you can find additional resources at marketing.linkedin.com. There's a wealth of resources there. You can find company page best practices as one of the pages on that site. Another thing that's really important to do is check the results of the things that you do on LinkedIn. Measure your results. LinkedIn does a really nice job of showing you the analytics on what's going on your company page. So here's a screenshot. I actually took it today that shows the amount of traffic I'm getting on my LinkedIn company page, which I encourage you to follow as well. And it breaks down for me who visited my LinkedIn company page on a desktop device and who visited on a mobile device. And as you could see, over time, the amount of mobile activity is certainly trending upward. Also, LinkedIn will show you lots of different ways to slice and dice the people who are looking at your profile. In this example, you can see that most of the people who look at my profile are in business development, followed by sales. I've got a quick case study for you that will teach you how to use LinkedIn to market your services.
Hi everyone, my name's John and I'm an account manager here at the Countess Group, and our company also specializes in helping businesses like yours find more customers through LinkedIn. And I created this short video to show you a case study and how we can help you generate leads and make more money for B2B services that you offer on LinkedIn. And what happened was we had an engineering firm called Control Southern approach us and ask us to generate leads and attendees for 2 engineering workshops, one in Lakeland, Florida and one in Jacksonville, so that they could get leads to get more customers. And they use workshops in their sales cycle because their revenues are in the tens to hundreds of thousands of dollars for each new client. So the goal was just to get certain people from certain companies that they would do business with to the workshop. So we created a LinkedIn campaign for each workshop, and we were able to hold each workshop from only 171 clicks. So using some cool tools in LinkedIn, we have the ability to show advertisements to virtually anybody that we want. And if someone works in a certain zip code, or they live in a geographical area, or they work for a certain company, or they have a certain job title or a certain skill, our ability to show the right person an ad that'd be interested is through the roof. After we find these people who are most likely to purchase your services and do business with you, we show them an ad like this. On the left side is the desktop version, on the right side is a mobile version. And we just touch on a couple of pain points in the headline and give them a solution and a call to action in the last part of the ad with a compelling image included. Once they click on the ad, we take them to this page, and this is the landing page or the event page, and it looks different than the company's static website that people typically see, but it represents the brand and the event. Once they click on it, they can put their name, email, phone number, and that's when the lead comes to you. So we do all the heavy lifting on our end to make that happen. And lastly, we design a series of emails to follow up with your prospects, to remind them of your event or your service, and to continue to engage them and bring them into your place of business or to contact you. So I hope this was helpful today. I hope it serves you, and if you would like to run a LinkedIn campaign like this for your business, we'd be happy to help out. You can click the button below or schedule a time to chat. Thanks for watching and have a great day.
So as you can tell, we've been doing this a long time. We've been doing this a long time, and we're getting results for our clients. So if this is something that would be of interest to you, go ahead and let us know, okay? Let me spend a few moments now on some other areas of LinkedIn. The first is making sure that you know about the LinkedIn mobile app. If you're not sure what it is, go to mobile.linkedin.com, and that will enable you to be able to follow the people who are following you and to take all the actions you want using LinkedIn on your mobile device. I often get asked the question, should I be using the free version or the paid version of LinkedIn? The free and premium versions have some pretty significant differences. The primary one, in my opinion, is the one that allows you to see backward 90 days the people that have looked at your profile. The other thing that a premium account does for you is it improves your searchability. There are several other aspects that it allows you to do, but let me focus on the who's viewed your profile aspect first. On the free version, you can only see the last 5 people who viewed your profile. But on the premium version, you can look back 90 days to see who is checking you out. And what I recommend you do is review the who viewed your profile aspect of your LinkedIn page daily and check out the analytics. Check out your viewers' profiles. There may be people there that are checking you out, and they may in turn be people that it would make sense for you to reach back out to them to do business with them. Send a note to them. Stay in touch. This is part of this thing called social selling. The other major difference is on the profile. This is an example of a person named Mike Austin. On a free version of LinkedIn, this is what his profile looks like. But on the premium version, look how much more of his profile shows up. So LinkedIn enables you to promote your business to existing and potential customers and find qualified leads. There's also a tool called Sales Navigator, which we don't have the time to go into during this short session. But what it does allow you to do is target businesses and people by geography, by industry, by company size, by function, by seniority level, by type of account, and so much more. So I'd encourage you to check out LinkedIn Navigator. They typically offer a month free, and after that, it's somewhere between $70 and $90 a month. The pricing varies based on whether you're doing a monthly or an annual subscription, okay? So to summarize the LinkedIn part of this session, they have nearly 700 million members with 5 billion searches done annually, 2 million groups, 4 million company pages. I encourage you to use Sales Navigator, but I also encourage you to combine LinkedIn with email marketing. And the reason for that is not everybody spends very much time on LinkedIn every day. In the poll that I asked earlier, many of you haven't been using LinkedIn very much at all. And that's not necessarily a bad thing at all. But what it does do is promote for you the notion that email marketing is something you really should be using to help you complement your business, because LinkedIn is not used every day, but everybody checks their email inbox every day. By the way, don't forget, if you haven't yet connected with me, next time you're on LinkedIn, type in my name on the search bar and send me an invitation. But make sure you personalize the invitation. And if we've done business together before, write a recommendation for me and I'll reciprocate. Now, I mentioned a few tools for you. One of them is that I have a class online. It's on the Teachable platform, and it's called the LinkedIn Jumpstart for Beginners. There's some free lessons up there, some free quizzes you can take, and it's something that you can subscribe to if you'd wish on a monthly or annual basis. It comes with and without personal one-on-one help. You can get more information about that. Same email address as before. Send an email to me that says, hey, I'd like more info about LinkedIn Jumpstart. And send that email to ken@thecountessgroup.com. And I also mentioned a LinkedIn cheat sheet. This is a one-pager that shows you step by step how to build a profile that will get people to engage with your profile. And once again, request a copy of it by sending an email to me at ken@thecountessgroup.com. And I know that we're going through this pretty quickly. Again, it's only a 20-minute version of a 3-hour class, but call me if you have questions. I want to follow up on this notion of using email marketing. Everybody checks their email every day. In fact, 99% of people are in their inbox every day. So they're looking for people to do business with. In fact, here's another key stat that you may or may not be aware of. And think about this for a minute. Wouldn't you rather get an email that asked, that promoted someone's business instead of a phone call? I know I would. 77% of us prefer to be marketed to using email. And in fact, email generates a return on investment of over $42 for every dollar you spend. One of our clients, I love to talk about them. Before they started using email, they were using Google AdWords, and their annual sales were $50,000 a year for 4 years in a row. They started using email marketing, and now their sales are $750,000. That's a huge increase. So for them, the ROI, return on investment, is over 300 to 1. And email marketing is really cheap. It starts at $20 a month, and I'll give you an offer for a free trial. So if you're not using it yet, once you complete the trial, then you could start your campaigns at just $20 a month, and there's no contracts. So you can get that free trial by going to this website. It's completelyfreetrial.com. And by the way, if you've used Constant Contact in the past, and you go to that page and it says, hey, you've already got an account with us, just put in a different email address. All right, that's the way around it. If you don't want to do that, send me an email and we'll go ahead and set up that free trial for you. My question for you is, what will your 2020 look like if you don't do anything different than you did last year? And based on the responses that I've gotten so far on, how do you think sales will wind up this year? Most people's sales are down. This is a way for you to build sales back up again. So I've got 3 action items for you to do this week. Ready? Number 1, review your marketing. Is it delivering the results you need to succeed? Number 2, schedule a consultation with me and then sign up for our events. Number 3, sign up for tools that will help you grow your business. Now, I gave you a couple of peeks at some of what we offer for LinkedIn. If you go to this website, that's our website, and go to the offers tab, you'll see several other things that you can get access to. Many of them, they're free trials with no credit card required. Okay, we're going to go to Q&A here in just a second. And before we do that, let me remind you that the Q&A button is located at the bottom of your screen, whether you're on a desktop or a mobile device. If you don't see the Q&A or chat box, move your mouse down to the bottom of the screen. That will reveal the Q&A and the chat. My name's Ken Countess. I'm Managing Director of the Countess Group, and we help you gain an unfair advantage over your competition by teaching you how to do targeted marketing. And we are a full-service marketing agency. We can help you with just about anything you need to market your business. Why would you hire us? We're a team of over 30 people with over 40 years of marketing experience. And we can coach you or we can do it for you. Be sure you take the time to absorb and practice what you've seen today and call me if you have questions. Hey, we'll all get through this challenging time by working together. So we'll go to Q&A. And while I look away to take a look at the Q&A and chat boxes, let me remind you to check out our website. It's thecountessgroup.com, where you'll get replays and upcoming events and free trials, and you can schedule a consult with me and more. By the way, if you've already had a 15-minute free consult, we can set up another arrangement. The next one will obviously you'll have to pay for it, but we give everybody a free 15-minute consultation. All right, so let me go ahead and look at the Q&A and chat boxes. Feel free to go ahead and add some questions and add some stuff in the chat box. And if you haven't already let me know in the chat box what city you're joining me from, let me know that. So give me a second here and let me take a look at the Q&A and the chat. And while I'm doing that, make sure that you connect with me. I'm on every place on social media. You'll find my last name is in every URL up there. Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, you name it, we're out there. Okay, let's go to the questions and let's look at the chat. There we go. Okay, so David asks, can I suggest a good CRM tool? David, yes. The one that we use, and we've used several, and we represent several different companies. I'm a Microsoft partner, a Keep partner, a Zoho partner. We've used Insightly, we've used Nimble. The one that I recommend you use is Keep, K-E-A-P. If you go to our website, thecountessgroup.com, and go to the second tab, it says Keep SE Pro. There's a special offer up there where it's free for the first month. After that, it's $99 a month for up to 2,500 contacts. It's a really amazing deal. This is what I use to stay in touch with our clients. It enables you to not only stay in touch with your clients and manage the relationships you have with each of them, it also enables you to manage your tasks. It enables you to send automated messaging out. You can do invoicing. You could track your sales pipeline. It's a complete package. So it's Keep Pro SE. Go to our website and go to the Keep Pro SE tab. And there you'll see a couple of things. One is you'll see the offer, but beyond that, it also, I have a video up there that will teach you how to use CRM the right way. So if CRM is new to you and you're not sure what it is other than it's 3 letters, watch that short video. It's about 3 minutes long, and that will show you what CRM is all about. It's how to manage a customer life cycle, how to manage a customer life cycle. And what that's about is that the first time someone comes into contact with you, the odds are pretty good that they're not going to buy from you right away. You have to build a relationship with that person. And so as you're doing that, that enables you to warm up the relationship to get people to the point where they like you and they trust you, and then they'll do business with you. So David, that would be my recommendation. Keep. And if you get it through our website, that's a deal that you can't find anyplace else on the web. Free for the first month. And then if you like it, it's $99 a month after that. That's a savings of over 60% off the other pricing you'll find on the web. As a key partner, I can offer that to you. Nobody else can. Luis says, our CEO has 999 connections, but our company profile has 99. Both profile posts things daily. Should we focus to increase our followers on the company profile, and how can we do that? Great question, Luis. Awesome that the CEO has 999 connections. Let's get him or her up to 1,000. Let me know their name and I'll connect with them. The company profile, yes, you do want people to follow your company profile. The reason is that, as with Facebook, when you're posting on a company profile, it shows up in the news feed of the people who have a personal connection to you, and will also show up in a company search. And so among the ways that you can boost your company connections is by posting on that personal profile and have a link to the company profile, and encourage your followers to follow you on the LinkedIn company page. That's one of the easiest ways to do it. Alexis says, I'm in Chico, California. Well, good morning to you, Alexis. I know it's a little bit early out there. And Alexis says, for a nonprofit, how useful is LinkedIn? It's super useful. Here's why. The average household income of a LinkedIn user is nearly $100,000 a year, right? So per LinkedIn user, it's about 46,000 is the latest data from LinkedIn. So multiply times 2 and you're in the 90,000 plus range. So you're close to 100,000. These are people with money. So these are people that you want to encourage to follow you on LinkedIn. So that's why, yes, it's important to have them follow you on LinkedIn, use LinkedIn, build your audience there. But the other thing too, Alexis, is these are influencers. These are people who can influence what other people do. And so once again, for that reason, using LinkedIn would be helpful to your nonprofit. Let's see, email to me for cheat sheet and LinkedIn marketing strategy, correct? Yes, that's correct, Laurie. Michael says, I just went over 150 slides in 36 minutes. Impressive. You're keeping count. Let's see. Alexis says, is Pinterest or Instagram useful for a nonprofit? Yes, they are, for the same kinds of reasons, Alexis. Instagram maybe more so than Pinterest, but I would use all of them. The more places you can be, the better off you'll be. But I also recognize that you can't do it all. So unless you have a staff that can help you along with that, maybe have somebody focus on different aspects of social media, that will help you a lot. We have family members who run nonprofits, and mostly they're using Facebook and Instagram, but using Pinterest can be helpful too. You have to remember that the type of content that you post and the messaging that accompanies with it will be different on the different channels. Let's see, we're an organization who provides many programs, which include subsidized childcare payments, advocacy through parent voices, workshops and trainings, childcare food program, fingerprinting services, etc. You're busy, I know. So you probably don't have a lot of time to do all this extra stuff. Focus in on 1 or 2 social channels and get good at those. And then as you become expert at those, then you can spread your wings. Luis asks, can we sponsor events or do we have to post them as an ad? No, you could do them as sponsored events, post them on your page, and encourage people to join you through those postings. Yeah, you can absolutely do that. Ads are great, but they do cost money. LinkedIn ads tend to cost the highest in terms of cost per click, but you're getting a much more targeted audience. So start with just posting and see how well that works for you. That may achieve everything that you're looking to achieve, and you may be able then to avoid having to do paid ads. Alexis says, thank you for your help. You're totally welcome, Alexis. Let's see, what do we have in the chat box? David is from Indianapolis. Angelo from Toronto. Hey, welcome back. Terrence in Ocala. Lori in Orlando. Welcome back to you as well. Sharon, hey, good to see you again from Memphis. Ron's in Ocala. Chuliota for Debbie. Ursula says, thank you for offering these webinars. I appreciate it. It's my pleasure. And Luis says, our CEO, and he gives the CEO's name. Send me an email, Luis, and then I'll go ahead and look up your CEO and send an invitation to connect. How's that? All right, what else do we have here? Oh, I do have something. I did ask for those who are interested, and if you haven't answered the question yet, we'll be offering a live membership-only interactive marketing class. We're determining the pricing. It'll be somewhere in the $89 to $189 a month range. No contracts, month to month. So, you know, you just stay as long as you're getting value out of it. And I know you'll get high value out of it. All right, so I don't see any other questions that have come in. So that being the case, I'm going to say thank you, everybody, for joining me today. And I look forward to having you join me tomorrow at the same time. Bye for now.